What's up everyone, this is Evan from Crypto Cash Camp. The goal of this channel is to get 1,000 of you to make 50 bucks a day passive income in DeFi through farming, staking, plug and play opportunities. So if that sounds like something you want to get behind, hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell because crypto changes so quick you gotta be updated when stuff drops. Okay, let's jump into it. So this is Planetwatch. Quite possibly the most profitable, fastest ROI, physical plug and play mining device. Think of it back, if you know about helium, back when it just launched, where people were making like $1,000 a month. You're not going to quite make this much, but it's more profitable than helium right now, and it's much less saturated. So I'm going to do an overview, and at the very end, I'm going to show you a spreadsheet on actually how much you can make and where you can get these devices. Also, check the description. I have a link to the beta of my course. If you're going to jump on the email list, you will get a heavy discount when it drops, and I'm also looking for a couple beta testers. So, sign up there, and I will see you, and I'll shoot you an email. But let's jump into this. So this is Planetwatch, and what they essentially do is they want people like Helium, if you know what Helium is, to buy these sensors, put them all around the world, and they aggregate and get climate and pollution data. And then they're going to sell that pollution data to real companies. I think Miami, the city of Miami, is going to be the very first one to do it. So that's going to be really huge. So it's going to move on, and more companies are going to want it when they get more and more sensors. But right now they're incentivizing people pretty well to get you going. So usually how it works, but not with every sensor, is you buy a license, then you get on a waiting list to buy the actual sensor. Sometimes you can get further along if you can actually find a place that's selling the sensor directly. So let's look into this right now. Here's the team. They have a real team. It's a real project. Let's just look into what you can buy. So right now, obviously licenses, not very interesting. You just pay for some, these could range from $300 to $60. But let's look at these sensors. Granted, right now I'm not going to tell you how much you're going to make from each one, but you'll see later in the spreadsheet, which I have pulled up. Okay, this is the Type 1, the most expensive one, probably about $2,400. The ROI, I think, is 60 days or so if you can get it at that price. The Type 2 is coming out. Type 3, remember, the closer to 1, the more you make. So 4s don't make as much, maybe $10 a day. This one could make considerably more. And just like anything, these are all sold out, but you can get them on secondary markets. All right, what's the token doing? Is it just a junk coin? Is it going nowhere? It stayed pretty steady, even in the bear drop. It's just done pretty well. This is like when a lot of YouTube hype hit, went up, went down. So yeah, I think it's a pretty steady token. Here is the white paper. So we're going to go in and look at this real quick. So pretty much they're allocating rewards based on sensor type. So Type 1, that big guy that's super expensive, $2,400. They are getting the lion's share of of the year 1 rewards in the daily budget, even though there's not many of them. So that one will keep in the high tier of full rewards for quite a long time. Now let's go to the next one. All right. So here's tier 1 rewards, tier 1, okay, let's go to the next page. This shows you kind of what it looks like on a map. These are all the sensors. Let's see if we can zoom in for you. These are all the different sensors that would be in a specific area. And it shows you, if you click on it, which sensor, Type 1, 2, or 3. All right, so we're gonna zoom out. And then these rewards don't matter because when you get rewards, 80% go to you, 20% go to Planetwatch, so you don't care about the full amount, you just care about the 80% that you'll be receiving. So here it is, this bottom part. So if you do that, just to get you interested, Type 1 at 133, if you're a lead sensor, which I'll show you what that exactly means, compared to a backup sensor, in a tier 1 area. I know it's complicated, there's like 2 factors for each thing. So 133 times 31, 133 times 0.31 is $41 a day, and that's actually really good. Okay, so let me first show you where the heck you can see what's going on here. So you go to the Planetwatch homepage. We have to get through this. All right, I'm in. So click this on the very top, check your air quality just up there. We're going to click on that. It's going to bring up a map. In this map, it's going to show you all these big circles and everywhere that you can actually go. So let's go into, I think I saw that Switzerland has quite a few. So we're going to go to, oh man, I'm stuck in Germany somewhere. So you can see it gets a little glitchy. But if you zoom out, you see where all the action is. We'll go to one of these big ones, München, Germany. So we keep zooming in, and then we're going to see as soon as we get to this level, you're going to see each one of these is a different sensor. And in each square, like if you live in one area, you can have a type 1, 2, 3, and 4 sensor. Remember the type 4 sensors, one of them you can move around with, so obviously you're supposed to keep it on you or something. But you can have one of each type of sensor in each square. So we'll click like this one. Bad weather, what do we got here? We've got one type 1. All right, what do we got here? We've got one type 1. So these, what could happen is that you buy something and someone's put one of these in your square. Granted, you might have friends or family, you could throw one of these at their house, so it all works out. So type 1 and 2, the expensive ones, are outdoor, and type 3 and 4 are indoor, just to keep you posted. So if we go over here, the mystery type 2, this shows you how much rewards are actually left. So this may be a little complicated, but obviously the cheapest sensor is pulling the most out of their recycle bin, and the recycle bin here has 30 million. So this is draining about 500,000 each day. And when the recycle bin gets down to a certain level, there's going to be a vote, and the rewards for that individual tier might drop. So based on this, it's 63 days. That does not count any more coming on board, so I would maybe divide that by 2. So I'd say maybe 30 days. You have a solid month getting full rewards, and then there's going to be a vote to see what happens. So these are other solid bets. You know, type 2, there's really no one has one, so there's many days. Type 1, many days of full rewards. Type 3, many days. So yeah, you know, choose your safe bet. And this is again how much you're making. These full rewards, type 1, this amount, this amount, this amount, this amount. But one thing we didn't touch into, not only the map of where the sensors are, but how you can see if you're in a type 1 or a tier 2 area. So you never want to be in a tier 2 area, because if you were to look at this graph right here, you're going to be seeing that if you're in a tier 2, you're going to be making, oh, this isn't even the tier 2 one. Yeah, it is. Okay, so tier 2, zoom in here for you. Tier 2, you're going to be making half, almost exactly half. And all tier 2 is, like, you should absolutely be able to be in tier 1. So click on tier 1, lower right hand corner on the map, and you just don't put your sensor at a park, but you know, hopefully you're in a metropolitan area. And if you're in the country, you know, there's not going to be much of a need. But they very much place these boxes away from parks. So if you live in a park, you're going to be it's going to be tough for you. So yeah, you should be able to find it or someone else in these areas. And what's great about this, as soon as we disable this, we're also noticing the saturation is very slow, like slim. This is also one of the cities with the absolute most saturation out of any city that I've seen. You know, for example, if you're in the States, like most of my audience, no one in the States has these. Like even New York, with the amount of helium miners they have, there is almost none. Look, you remember how many helium miners are here? It's ridiculous. All right, so there is absolute opportunity in the United States. All right, let's get into how much money we're going to make, because that's what matters, right? I want to thank Passive Crypto Mining, because he made this sheet and I added a couple things to it, and I'm going to just give him some credit for this. So I'll link this into the description and sub him, Passive Crypto Mining. I think his link's right here. All right, so these are the rough prices. You can buy them new. And you know, sometimes there's going to be a waiting list. You may not get this. So I always add on tax, which is multiplying that by like 10% effective tax rate. Add some shipping, so you're getting a real cost. Because it's really good if you're calculating ROI to find out how much your real cost is. So if you're getting it for $300, we can just delete all these other ones, or I can just throw them down here. We're seeing that right here that we're actually getting. Here, let me just do a little edit. All right, just fix that so when you add in the price, say this is 1,000, it adds on shipping, and then you add the shipping, or it adds on tax, and then you add on the shipping yourself. All right. So you got this one for $300. Your license cost is $42, another fee you have to pay annually, and the total cost per item is this much. But if you go down to this is great. Your ROI is in 54 days, which is great. I mean, that assumes the price of this Planet token stays relatively high. I mean, the market took a huge dump, and it's holding up strong. I mean, compare this to, let's look at, what's another coin like Bitcoin. You know, let's go 1 month. Yeah, so you're seeing that this is what happened to Bitcoin, but Planet's holding up, so just keep that in the back of your mind. All right, so we threw $345 at this plus 42, so a total of this amount. So let's get this green as the total amount, and then as a result, we are making our money back in 54. So like, dang, let's get more. So this one's 250. All right, let's get one of those. This one's going to be 650. I think it's going to be a little more. And then this one, let's just say this one's 700. And then this one's going to be, let's check on that. So this one just pumped up in price. So now it's 24 down from 16. I mean, they almost threw 1,000 on top of the same tech because someone wants some hefty margins. At least they should pump out production then. All right, so let's go back to our spreadsheet. Let's just say roughly 2,400. So if we threw all these down and we started looking at ROIs, we see the ROI on Type 4, the Atom Tube Pro, which let me just show you. Some of these look a little goofy, but let's just show you what this looks like. It's this little one you hang on yourself, and you also need to have an Android phone paired with it. And the reason being is Apple doesn't work, so you just got to check this out. All right, let's get back. So it's this little guy right here. So you need to have an Android phone. You need to walk around with it. I don't know why, but this is one of the things they have to make it work. Indoor sensor. This has to stay in your house stationary. This has to move around with you. These 2, 3, and 1 are indoor sensor. Oh, these are all 3 indoor, and these are outdoor. This thing you're not going to find anymore, but this weird box that's coming out and this one are going to be outdoor sensors. These are going to be real big money makers right here. All right, so we're looking at this. If you start looking at this, your monthly net return after 12 months could be $22,000. It's a salary. If you just threw down essentially total cost per item $4,000, you could quadruple that net. I mean, if you were grossing, it'd be 25. So it's pretty amazing. Your ROI is roughly, it's actually roughly about a couple months. So if you're looking for a passive income opportunity, I would really consider this one, because if you compare it to any other hardware, it's tough to beat. So yeah, shoot a like at the video, and if you are interested in getting deeper into DeFi farming, staking, I'm going all in on a course right now, and would love for you to get on the beginning launch of it. So link in the description for that, and I will see you guys soon on the next video. I will throw this calculator in the description. Give this guy a sub, passive crypto mining, and I will see you guys on the next video.